Hello, I am Glider. Welcome back to Glider Gaming. We are back in here in the GliderCage in the Oxygen Not Included amazing game that I love so much. We did oxygen things. We were worried about rust because at one point we'd run out of rust. And it's a consumable ore. We're now up to 52 tons, so we're never going to run out of rust again probably, but just in case, we and I went ahead and I just ran the game for an extra 2 or 3 cycles just to pump out all that nonsense. Once this was set up properly with a high pressure vent, it was able to pump out all the CO2. And I just turned this one off using the pressure sensor. You know, I put it, turn off if it's below 10,000 or whatever. So now we are, that pumped out all the CO2 into the outer room. Then I turn this back on and we have things rolling. We've got 2 of these dedicated to filling atmosuits only, and one of them supplementing the rust room's oxygen generation. So if the rust room fails, we have a backup, and if the water fails, we have a backup. So hopefully we should never encounter a problem again. As far as power goes, I still am not confident I have set this up to the best possible way, but it's my best ability right now. And what we did there was we just didn't connect these directly in, so that power has to go through all of these batteries, so that hopefully it kind of supplements them. And I've got it turned down to 10 to turn on, 20 to turn off, so that they run minimally. Up here, this one turns on if it gets below 70 and turns off at 90, and then these 4 are set to turn off at 35 and turn on at 70, so that we are always running this if ever possible, and if this runs out, then these kick on. So I'm pretty comfortable with where our power situation is at right now. The fact that none of these are doing anything is a little concerning. Okay, we're just completely full up right now on ethanol, which is fine. And then this feller is having issues because his pipe is just always blocked. So we've got that set up to dump right here, but it's just moving well enough right through this. Oh, it's going into here. Okay. Might have to rework some of this stuff. The oxygen is pressurized properly, so it's the beds. This is like my threshold. I want the beds in oxygen. I don't really care about the dust caps. They need to be in CO2. We're now getting too hot. Yeah, that's coming from the steam saltwater geyser that's just right up next to that. We might have to move these, put a 3rd layer of insulation. Wouldn't be the end of the world. We've got plenty of food right now, so that I'm not terribly concerned about the situation. Okay, so dupe morale. We were talking about making dupes happier, because we've kind of hit a wall with our ability to level up dupes. So we've got that route coming down here. What is this one for? That's got the exosuits on it. Hold on a second. This one has exosuits. Oh, and that goes back up. Okay, yeah. So we just have 2 dedicated lines over here. And hey, look! Somebody was playing a video game and somebody is dancing. I think one of the next things we should tackle is decor. People in the base should not have such cruddy decor. So we have some space in here. So we're just going to sweep up this base. We are going to allow some seeds to be swept. We don't need... you know what? All seeds can be swept. Why are we not storing seeds? All right, so there's that. I did not catch what that alarm was for. We are going to... Oh, it keeps disappearing before I can really read it. Just going to come up this way, and we're just going to sweep out the base. So we'll start with this area. Then we'll hit this area. right there. Then we come over here. You guys are probably catching it like, geez, why doesn't he do something about that? But I hear it, I look at it, and it's disappearing before I can like actually read it. Okay, so let's talk about decor. Decor is a function of a few things. Debris sitting on the floor is one of the worst decor negatives. But then basically any infrastructure you build is also a decor negative. We can affect decor with sculpting blocks and paintings, the easiest. So that's what we're going to be targeting. So like this metal block has a base decor of 20 as opposed to a sculpting block large that is plus 10. So we can put that's right there and another one right there. And this marble one is also plus 20 but takes up a little more space. And that will kind of make things a little better right around the edge of the base. If they haven't changed it, when a dupe's in an Atmo suit, they really don't care about decor because it's not really impacting them. They're more concerned about being in an Atmo suit. Something else I think that would be very handy is a fire pole running down the main base. And it's a negative decor effect, so we're going to have to explore what we can do to make interior base decor better right around here. And something we can do with these inlaid spots is we can put some statues. We're not going to be able to do that for all. So I guess we could put lips. I'm probably not going to be using this side for anything, so yeah, we can just toss some lips along the edges here. I mean, I could be building these blocks out of granite. Granite gives a plus 20% decor boost. Thinking of that. Okay, that is granite. Good. So that's 24 instead of 20. But 20% of 5 is 1. So, like, it's not the end of the world if you're not building these out of granite. So, we'll go back here. I'm just going to do regular sculpting blocks out of granite for these. Because that metal does have a temperature associated with it, so using metal for everything is not necessarily the best plan. What just happened? I lost... Okay, there it is. It was gone for a second. Ah. I'm going to cancel these ones here floating in space. That just won't work. And it is kind enough to show you where the terrible decor is. We have shine bugs over here, so that's making the decor great. Shine bugs over here. Light drastically improves decor. Can't really do anything for bad decor in this little general area. Also, we'd need to sweep up all of this stuff up here, too. So a lot of this wood isn't going to be sweepable, but we can build some more wood storage. As long as it falls under the purview of this range, it's going to be just fine. And do we have an artist? We do need to make sure we do, because I always turn off cooking, decorating, and researching first thing in the game. These guys have high enough research that I'd be okay with them performing the research. Creativity 3 is not good enough, but there we go. Creativity 9 is approved. Down here, we are getting filled up. If you're ever having trouble with heat inside your base, number 1, it's probably water. This is where we're pumping all that hot water through. Number 2, it's what you're storing. If you're bringing in your refined metal from outside the base, inside the base, it's going to superheat that area, because I guess I haven't actually taken time to sweep any of this, but like this copper over here, where is it? That copper's at 700 degrees. So putting it in this thing right here is just going to radiate incredible heat everywhere. So that's why I've got the copper set up for storing out here. Just copper. You know, anything I'm making up here is coming out at a much lower heat. I don't know if it will tell us. No, it's more like the temperature of creating the temperature properties of the metal itself. But you know, this is a much lower temperature than the stuff that comes out of a volcano, because the stuff comes out of a volcano liquid over 1,000 degrees, so it takes forever to cool. Still just way too hot up there. 60 in, 46 out, so it's keeping things tolerable, or it used to be. So we're gonna need a better solution for this long term. But for now, we've got more than enough wood, so things are gonna be fine. Priority wise, oh, these should all be, this should be at a much higher priority than those. So it hasn't been delivering the wood for a while. So don't forget that if you ever do what I did an episode or two ago, where you reset everything's priority back down to 5, you know, your autoloaders won't take out of storage A and put it into storage B unless storage B has a higher priority than storage A. This one I have at 7 because I want them to pick up the lumber really fast and get it stored. So this one has to be 8, but dupes will never interact with that. And then over here, I specifically showed it, you know, this is the receptacle. It goes out of the receptacle and into the higher priority machine, and then out of the lower priority machine and into a receptacle for the polluted dirt that comes out. So pips actually eat live wood, so I won't be able to feed this pip. So I'm going to turn off any critter drop off in this room. We can just open this door for now, and that pip should be able to walk out. We are filling up again on chlorine. Okay, what is going on here? No oxygen is being made down here because no one is supplying it. So put it up to 7, but apparently it's just not quite a high enough priority. So we're going to put that up to 8. So that is our primary, what I want to be the primary form of creating oxygen. Oh, cool. I'll take more bristleberries. A volpulp wouldn't be a terrible idea. They're plenty of calories, but they're kind of hard to keep as a pet inside your base. But yeah, I'm worried about running out of this water, so I don't want all of the water being used to make oxygen. We have other supplies here and there, but nothing quite so firm as that one. Oh, I forgot about this one. The cool steam vent is a lot easier to use than that regular steam vent we found. Oh, okay, yeah, I did know about this. Okay, down in here, we can continue strip mining everything out. All right, so I pretty much don't want to do that. We'll take everything above this row, then we'll take out that row. It's annoying that we have a couple different types of liquids in here. We're gonna have to figure that out. But we also want to make this probably a vacuum. Do I want to make this vacuum? We don't want this overpressure. If this is overpressure, it won't create steam. But if we have a vacuum, there won't be any ability to heat transfer. So we can't cool the steam into water either. So maybe we do a simple pump down here. We just do a, we could even do a mini pump. We don't need a lot to go out. Let's do a mini pump. We will just pump stuff over here with a high pressure vent. And we'll automate it so that if the pressure gets, we won't pump into a vacuum. But we will need power for this. Not a lot. These mini pumps take up like no power by comparison to their bigger ones. Regular pump is 240 watts. This is 60, so pretty manageable. So I'm just gonna cut it in right here. This line's load is currently 1200 potential. It'll go up to 1260, but if you look at it, it's really only running at 500 or less. The deoxidizer's on it. Some important stuff, but if it becomes a problem later, we can definitely change it up a little bit. You know what? I'm not going to connect it there because I just realized we need a water pump down here too. So let's use something else. Wow, this one's potential load is even higher. Okay, it's the rest of the oxygen system, okay. And all of this water processing. Okay, we just need a new line down in this area. So how do we want to obtain that new line? I kind of want to just throw a heavy watt plate right here. And change this to a wire bridge right here. Oh wow, we've already run out of oil there. We'll let those two things happen. And then we're just going to run heavy watt right to here. And we'll put in a regular transformer right there. We'll power this little water room over here and a few other things eventually that will need it. Okay, so since we're already in the power menu, we're just going to run power straight down to about here with a derp. Can't have a glider stream without some derpiness. And let's put this right here. So what I do want to do is get all this stuff set up and then just not have dupes ever come back in this room, because every time they open this door, they're going to let more gases in here. Power-wise, yep. Need to actually move that over one. So we'll have a pump set up. We'll have the liquid pump, the gas pump, and that should keep this system going until it overheats, because there will get to a point where we just have so much heat in here that the water won't cool out of steam, and we'll have to figure something out for that. There's not a lot of things I really want heated in this game. Heat is always easy to get. It's always trying to find ways to cool things. So we'll have to be thinking on that for the long term. We can do a similar room right here for the cool steam vent. Cool steam comes out at 110, so it's a lot more manageable. Okay. We have disrupted power. Hold on. Yeah. We have disrupted power, so we better build that a little faster. I've also been thinking about this area here. We need to do something about this. So right now, we have this detect natural gas. Is that right? Yeah. And send green if it's above. So it would like to run. It just doesn't have anywhere to put the gas. What is going on here? That vent is overpressure? Goodness. Okay. Might have to break into space just so I can start pumping gas into space. It'll help with heat too. Yeah, pipes are blocked. Okay. Yeah, let's take a space dig. So we'll go straight up from this area we're at right here. Into the great unknown. We're going to go find us some space. All right. As far as inside the base goes, I'm trying to sweep things up. Decor is better. It's not good. It's better. It's pretty bad down here. So let's start down here. What I like to do, you'll see other streamers just do these like every 2 rows and not leave any space for art. But I really like to leave space for art so that when they walk through these areas, they don't just hate their lives. So we can get decor 10 or decor 15. 10 will be fine. We can just fit that many more in. So I'm just going to go all the way along here. We could change the frame to gold. By doing gold, we get a 10% boost, so an extra 1. So I'm not terribly worried about it. Because people do have to traverse this area. You know, they have to come down here to store things, come down here to grab them, come down here to do anything with that. Is it weird to put art in the nature reserve? Because the nature reserve just needs a little help. But there. There's a little bit of art for the nature reserve. This area over here for the deceased dupes could use a little help. They can have a metal block. He, she, it, the one dupe that has passed away can have a metal block. We'll also give them a wide piece of art, just for variety. And we can start thinking about making real beds now that we're making plastic. And that means we would lose our ability to have the plants, because the real beds are exactly 4 wide, which is why I use this structure here. So right in this area, this was a bright red unhappiness decor, but now it's just meh negative decor. So we'll have to kind of think about ways to make it even better yet. Because I would like them inside the base to just always be exposed to fantastic decor. Does this little feller, he's hungry. So I'm going to put another critter feeder in here. Hopefully that doesn't destroy the room. I mean, the egg cracker didn't, so I don't think this would. Okay, so what else can we do decor-wise? The bathroom's decor is okay. It could be better. We have room for more plants. We just have to hang them off the ceiling. How much decor are we getting off of these plants? It's probably easier to see in here. So we get a total of plus 25 per, because it has 2 mirth leaves. So we got plus 25 for each one. The Buddy Bud is only worth 15, but it gives that floral scent. Whereas each of these sculpted guys... Why aren't you letting me choose the Genius Sculpture? It's right there. Whatever. Genius Sculpture, plus 30. So just a little bit more. So I think we'll be okay. We can go to furniture, a hanging pot. We'll just get an additional plant in each of those areas. Over here we can fit an amazing sculpture and a regular sculpture. I just don't know if I'm going to use this room for anything else, so we'll just kind of start with that. Over here by the showers, we could use a little bit better decor. We can put arts in here. Over here, we could use a little bit of decor, because when they come over here to load wood, they're not acting happy. And in each of the bedrooms, if you notice, like, this takes thimble reed fibers. I have not grown a single domesticated thimble reed. We found this area right here where before the temperatures got so bad, we were just letting wild thimble reed grow, and that produced hundreds upon hundreds or dozens upon dozens of thimble reed fibers for us. So don't go aggressively over digging your thimble reeds is my tip for you. Anyhow, back into furniture. We're just going to keep improving everyone's living spaces. These guys can have super swank doubles. Not quite enough room because these devices just don't really sit in their defined spaces. They're quite large. Like, you can't really see it now because the brackets went away. Let's see if we can get it back. So, like, this thing takes up 3 spaces. That's what it takes up. But this thing here takes up this, and this because the art just barely goes into those extra ones. So it's just a much larger device than you might expect it to be. Alternatively, I could have put that there, I suppose. Won't be able to get any art over there, though. I know. We'll cancel that and put in some smaller sculpting blocks. Just because they're smaller doesn't mean they're worse. They're just easier to fit in places. Okay, yeah. It's in that corner piece too because it's this column and that column. But, you know, you can just overload areas with art. It won't hurt anything. This is an area that tends to heat up, so I do try to leave space for Wheezeworts to go like right here and right here. But in this map where Wheezeworts really don't exist, and we're already using every single one we have, I just haven't allotted space for that yet. We can have some more pip eggs, I guess. I don't have a reason not to have pip eggs. Okay, so I'm going to destroy buildings so I don't destroy any wires and stuff, and we're going to take out some of these beds. We're going to start replacing them with nice beds. Oh, poor Nisbet. She's actually using her bed right now. And then in furniture, we can do comfy beds. We have 2,000 plastic right now, so that plastic thing is working just fine. So our single artist is going to be a little overtaxed around here. Lots of things to do. How is the expedition towards the surface going? Okay, they've nearly caught up with the plans, so let's do them again. And look at that right there. We've got a geyser. Or a volcano. You know, I'm an equal opportunity excited about things person. That thing's getting spicy. It's running at 88 degrees. Oh, the petroleum is 88 degrees. Its overheat is 125, and it's at 90, so it's doing okay. The little bit of water that's settling on it is probably helping to keep it cool by transferring some of the heat away and dripping away. And since I know that I'm going to be putting an outlet pipe to space, might as well just start planning that too. The real question is, how do I get that where I really want it? And that's a saltwater geyser that I don't really have anywhere to put the salt water, so we don't want to deal with that. I hear there's a mod where you could highlight this and just copy it and paste it, which would be super cool. I would totally use that. But I do think I'm going to have another air room there, potentially. I was definitely thinking that before we found all the rust we found. It's on my thoughts. Do I need a second oxygen room there? Because when we get closer to 20 dupes, we're probably going to need to add a little bit more oxygen creation than we have now. So I try not to go into settings on games when I'm playing because I think that's a little jarring. You know, you're here to have some entertainment, but I just want to double check. I thought I had changed an option for auto saves. Nope, I guess I didn't do it properly. I'm really getting annoyed with autosaves right now. So we're only going to autosave every 20 cycles, just so we don't have to deal with autosaves quite so much. Okay, I don't see any other geysers at the moment, so more exploration will be needed. But yep, we'll just let them work on that. We'll let them work inside here. And so let's start thinking about these cabbages, or whatever they're called. Do we have any open spots where I can just look at? Yeah, here. We're gonna uproot you because you're not growing anyway because of body temperature. Okay, so, ooh, we can also grow beans. Let's look at this real quick. Wow, we have to grow beans in sub-zero, which is rough. The atmosphere must be carbon dioxide, which is different. You need dirt and ethanol. Okay, but that ethanol is going to be so hot. What is the freezing point of ethanol? It's pretty low. Like, the main reason I never grow sleet wheat is that the sleet wheat needs water, and water in a frozen area, you know, it's just not going to go well for your pipes. But the properties here, oh, freezing at 114 negative, that's something we can handle. Got an achievement. Ah, have a duplicate with the masterwork skill. Paint a masterpiece quality painting. Cool. But yeah, we could come over here. We got this nice frozen area. We could hollow this out, and we could definitely grow beans in here, which is something I'm super interested in doing. Alternatively, I think we already have a smaller area right here where we've done this. Yep, we sure have. Okay. We're just going to finish digging all this out. I've got plans. The question is just, how am I going to get this hot ethanol through the base without continuing to boil the base itself? Okay. So what we can do is do overflow. Okay, yep, I see it now. Sorry about that. So we're going to do an overflow pipe here. We can put it right there. And we can do overflow right here. So I guess we're going to do overflow right there. All right, so that's where we're going to put two overflows. They can go right here and jump. We're going to run them up over to here and jump. We're going to run over to here, and we can't jump, which means we just need to do this. And that will let us jump. Gonna spill some gross water, but we'll survive. They work on that. We can pull this up and over and through. Okay, insulated liquid pipe. We're gonna deconstruct that. And then I suppose we're going to come back down. We can go here. and we're going to go down. Okay, so where did all that nasty water go? Straight down? Yep. We're going to mop that up. We're going to go back into this. As part of raising your duplicants' morale is creating food they actually want to eat instead of food that just keeps them alive. Okay, so we're going to need a bridge right here. No, I don't want that bridge. I want that pipe. We're going to deconstruct that pipe. They can backtrack and hop over that, so that's good. Germ situation here, we've kept the slime lung at bay, and then over here the slime lung is, frozen, so it can't harm us in any fashion. All through this area. Okay, cool. We're about to overflow here, so that's cool. It is going to mean that we're not going to be able to add any more cold water, so if things want to overheat again, we're going to have issues. Kind of want to build a second tank for a second set of cooling. Right there. So we'd have to break that tile and build a ladder in order to do that. And like right here, we could cancel. That way we can get in and build things. I'm going to leave that without a ladder for now. That's fine. I mean, I could clean all this water, I guess. Or clean all this nasty air. Would not harm me at all to do so. How are things coming out of here now? 22. That's awesome. I'll think on that for a bit. This liquid bridge needs to be done yesterday, please. An additional bridge right there. And then at this point, we just need to build an actual floor here. Guess we need to build an actual floor right here so that they can still walk. And then we won't need this anymore. And might as well build some stairs for them. Through it right there. Okay. So what we're going to do is at this point, we're going to take radiant pipe. We're just going to go up, down, derp, and then we'll just drop it off into a pool over here. No, we probably don't want an actual pool. That actual pool could be a problem. We'll build this. We're just looking to cool this down. If we kept a pool here, we'd be dumping a ton of ethanol from over here, and then we wouldn't have it to be fuel for the generators. And while we're going to be stealing a ton of it anyway, at first, it will level out. Sure, I'll take more dirt. All right, let's look more at those nosh beans. So you need ethanol and dirt. Okay. And we have 95 point beans. I'm not sure how 95 point works, but let's look at the spicy tofu. We need tofu. So maybe over here we make tofu, and over here we make tofu. So you need nosh beans to make tofu, which is a bit of a problem because that's also our seeds. But once we start growing them, we should just be creating more. It shouldn't become an issue. We broke that pipe, so we need to clean up some water. Okay. Oh, why are we building all this out of aluminum? We don't want to do that. Okay, so let's come back in here. Yeah, out of copper. I'm going to do a slightly different design. I don't want it quite so close together because I don't want it to kind of like reheat itself. So with it being less tightly together, it should work out a little better. And in fact, I'm going to deconstruct that ladder and this ladder. We're just going to build a floor over here. We can leave that ladder right there. We still want to be able to get down. Okay, so then I'm not sure how many nosh things we really need, but we'll start with let's how many is that? Wasn't paying attention. 13? Sure, let's start with a dozen. So I'm gonna go ahead and I always do these lines like this. When you run them straight through, sometimes they get plugged somehow and they stop sending the water, all of them. I just seem to have more success by doing it this way. Kind of just want to see what temperature the... Oh, hold on. Pause. I don't really need them to be insulated pipes. Just regular pipes would actually be better, because the regular pipes would allow further cooling a lot better than insulated pipe would. And since we have to hit 0 degrees, we do want as much quality cooling as we can get. There we go. So we're going to do plant nosh beans priority 7 on these guys. We're going to want to store some dirt out here so they don't have to go quite so far to get that dirt. And then some plants have positive decor effects, so that's awesome. Just in case though, since you're running around these areas without any exosuits, I could enclose this whole area. I could make it part of the base, oxygenated and all that jazz. There'd be no CO2 escape though, so I'm probably not going to worry about going to that much effort. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything here. I just need to find the time to build the rest of these pipes is all. Probably can't reach that pipe. Well, it says I can. It says they're all reachable. Invalid building location. Oh, okay. I'm not going to argue you. You don't have a floor tile to sit on. Interior base decor is looking smashing compared to how it was. Even these columns here that were deep red are now starting to look reasonable. Scalding. Oh, because you're carrying that 100-degree metal. Yeah, that's reasonable. I see that. See, look at that. That metal came in so hot, 60-some degrees, 80-some degrees, that it's already heating up this area. So we're going to take this pipe here. We're going to cancel that build. Try to figure out what Nisbet's doing. Okay, Nisbet, just move right here, please. Oh, we broke Nisbet, guys. You go down here. Nisbet. Definitely broke Nisbet. Just gonna mop up a bunch of this to get that polluted water. Oh, how can we fix Nisbet? Okay, can we just deconstruct the ladder, Nisbet? Somebody come fix Nisbet. What? Slain? Slain by what? Well, that was weird. So Nisbet's pathing broke, and she died of unknown causes. So that's sad. Do you sweep up a dead duplicant? I don't really know. Okay. Bye, Nisbet. Sorry, everybody. Nisbet shouldn't have died. There's no reason for her to have died. Okay. It is cooling off pretty quick. Fleeing and incapacitated. What? Oh, right. Yeah, these guys are a lot harder to farm than I would have guessed. Because they are always just attacking people for no quality reason. What the heck? I guess it kind of broke a little bit there and let me build these in weird spots. I've never seen that happen before, where it allowed you to build one painting on top of another. Okay. So I guess it won't be symmetrical. That annoys me, but not to the point that I'm going to fix all of these. So I apologize to you if you have such desires for symmetry that this is terrible for you. Okay. We don't have plastic? You said I had thousands of plastic, folks. So what happened? Did we block our ability to get to the plastic? Maybe? Doesn't seem like we did. I mean, at this point, there's like really no reason we couldn't just do this. We didn't break the path over here. We didn't. Aha! There's the break. We hit some sand and we locked ourselves out. Okay. Over here, we can't quite tell what that is. So we're going to do that. And then we're going to keep drilling. Take me to the surface. I need to get rid of gas. So I guess this needs to be the highest priority we have. I suppose we don't have to have that one there. And then as far as things around here go, we can build this ladder up a little bit more. We can start looking at making a path over this that they can actually walk on. All of that can go. Okay, they can access this area again, so that's good. They'll be able to build these pipes again now, too. Okay, we're going to store the organic compound dirt. No. Nope, apparently not. Polluted dirt is organic, everyone. Agricultural product. Nope. Huh. Where's dirt? Is it actually organic and I missed it? No, it definitely is not. Seed, refined metal, raw mineral, organic. I keep opening and closing organic. Miscellaneous, metal ore, manufactured material, liquefiable ice, industrial ingredient. No, it wouldn't be that. Filtration medium, cultivatable soil. Yep, I always forget I've never used clay for any cultivatable soils, but it's always there. So these just need to be slightly higher priority than their friends down here. Down here, they are priority 5. So we can move this over to priority 6. And as they have time, they will start assigning the job of bringing that stuff over. So things are cooling back down again, so we shouldn't have a terrible problem. We just need to let things chill down again. Oh wow, it's not even negative degrees in here. It's positive degrees. Yeah, they're just barely negative. This is going to be a harder thing to cultivate than I would have thought. I have ideas, but okay, they got all this built. So I could do another gas chiller, and we can chill this area with chilled hydrogen, which might be what we do. So what that would mean is that we want to run the radiant gas pipe in here. I'm going to do it a thicker, not as compact, so we have more ability to chill it. All right, just like we were doing before, we're just going to put in a gas bridge right here. Gas bridge right there. And we're going to break that pipe. All of that is going to be 8. In order to actually do any of this, we're going to need some scaffolding. Okay, I did that as radiant. I was like, I bet I didn't even do this as radiant. And then we can probably pump it in over here. Oh, boy, howdy. Things aren't working well. We're getting the wrong gases in here. Why would that be happening? Pipes are blocked. It's not good. Oh, yep, that pipe's blocked. That makes sense. Oh, shoot. Fribbin' CO2. Always ruining my day. They couldn't build a ladder there because of a nosh bean. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to cancel gas pipes so that they won't build those gas pipes. I just want them to get to the surface ASAP. It's a volcano. We might use that volcano for something later, but for now, we are just going to isolate that. So it can't burn anybody going past it. This one's like -10, but still. Okay, it's still active for quite a while. That's good, because I do need this to be filled to some degree or another. Okay. So then we would run this over here. Where are we actually running it to? I'm confused. Okay, over here. So So we'd run it in, switch to radiant right here. We will chill the same path as the ethanol. And then we'll radiate it back this way. At this point, we'll become insulated again. We'll need some bridges. We'll go right back where we came. Which means right here, we need to break things too. Okay, so then we're gonna hit all this to 8 so we don't stop our ability to breathe. And we ran out of aluminum ore. I mean, that doesn't surprise me. So we're gonna do and that's gonna be not radiant. This one. Okay, yeah, that looks good. All right, so back to 8 here because I canceled one of them. All right, so that'll be that. Things are completely stagnated here because we broke that. Okay, now they're moving again. All right, come back up here, check how they're doing. Okay, slow but sure. We're trying to win a race here. I wonder how close to the surface we are. We've got to be getting somewhat close. Maybe not. This is a pretty large map. The map is not that large. I don't really know what it's letting me do. I feel like if this is the center, the surface should be just above that. I really don't know. So then, as far as this goes, oh, yep, there's all that hydrogen collecting in the base. Where's that CO2 coming from? It's a strange CO2 pocket. But one we can alleviate by adding a few more vents right there. So we could turn this system on again. We could build another system like this somewhere so that we could collect more. We just need to fill that line with a bunch of of hydrogen so it can be effective loop. All right, and we didn't build our bridges. There we go. I thought I saw a crack in the abyssalite. I'm like, what do they bury in abyssalite? That'll be interesting. There's some nice oil wells in random spots, which is interesting. Spot check on decor, and things are looking better. These rooms have their beds built now. So we could come here, destroying buildings. Take out these beds next. Don't want to take out that door. I've been trying to cancel the deconstruct. Oh, I have it set to cancel gas pipes. Sure, I'll take sandstone, I guess. Why not? And then I'll reconstruct the beds here. And maybe I'll just move other beds somewhere else. 12 beds. I mean, this space is pretty hot. I don't know if there is a better place to move beds. I also need to build more storage, and this is as good a place as any for storage, if you ask me. Okay, they got all those gone, so now we can build these. We can definitely have 2 more beds on this level. That'll take care of all the dupes we have plus 2 more. All right, there we go. We can make this a hatch farm. Crap. Your hatch and hatchling. And we'll come into hatch and hatchlings, and we will feed them that sandstone we just got and sedimentary rock. And then we just need to wrangle them. I think there's only 3. That'll give us more coal. And since I'm putting a doorway right where there's an airflow thing, we're just going to build airflow tiles so that the CO2 in the air can move straight up and down without having a wall in their way. And then we'll put priority 8 on these beds so people have a place to sleep tonight. Up here, they're moving along. So we'll give them a little bit more to do. Make sure that's also priority 8. Oh yeah, because we have that plugged vent, so we can't create as much oxygen as we need to right now. Be a neural vacillator in there, I'm sure. Don't need that there. I'll probably turn that off here shortly, because building the beds and building some plastic ladders in the base interior is really about all I want to get done right now, plastic-wise. I don't need tons and tons of it. Okay, we're spilling over into there finally. So I do need to make sure this gets done. And then we can seal this up. If we raise this block up 1 more, then we'll be able to fully immerse all of the pipes here. Water's coming out at 20 degrees. That's pretty sweet. Air's now coming out at 17. So things are actually going to be a little chilly in the base in some parts of it. Not many parts of it, but a couple parts of it. What I really need to do is get this farm out of base. It doesn't need to be in base. It just was. I did not want to click Banhi, but that's interesting about Banhi. They need dirt. That's about it. They don't have to be an oxygen or CO2 or anything. There's an old artifact light bulb I never got rid of. Okay, all those beds are rebuilt. So now we can get our art back in these rooms. This poor feller's just gonna get a small art. Okay, that's fine too. I didn't really want to build art. Jerks. Then up here we can get a lot more art going on too. I'm going to destroy that one. I'm going to put a pillar. That's going to be a buddy bud so that we get full immersion of buddy budness. We're going here. We're going to do we'll do a metal sculpting block. It'll be spicy at first, but it'll work out. Oops, I didn't really mean to put that there, but there's not really a better place to put it, so that's fine. Let's mirror it here by being off too. Slowly but surely, things inside the base are turning out a lot nicer. And it's been a little bit longer of a video than I tried to make, so I think at this point we will say our adieus. And thank you for joining us, and ask you to remember to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you're a commenter, you may ask to have one of these dupes named after you. Thanks much, and have a good night.